Luck, I love that you are just going uncontrollable right now, but still, I kind of, as I said last week, I wanted a little bit more focused on just having a Magna and Luck match, and seemingly, unfortunately, that we're not going to be getting a full version of that, but at least I hope that this will lead up not to just Asta finishing off what Magna and Vanessa couldn't finish. I more importantly just want a 3-on-1, and I want all of them taking them on. Although Asta's not playing around. Like, he's already understand like what kind of scenario that he's in and knows that he needs to hit him with this blade, and I think it might need to take Vanessa and Magna to take this on. But also we've got a gorgeous front cover for Black Clover, and we've got a popularity vote, which this is interesting now, where it kind of gives us a little bit more of the picture of like who people are thinking who's a lot more popular in this. So I'm going to be talking about this first. So number one is the main character, Asta, who has 3,064 votes. Yami, who I thought would be a little bit closer because he's more like kind of one of the fan favorites and all that, is second place with 1,967 votes. Then we have Yuno with 1,421. Then Luck with 1,214. I knew Luck was popular, but not by that. Then Julius is 1,032. Going down from there, this one took me by surprise, and I think it showed that we are going to be seeing him, and you can kind of see that, like, with Tabari, that he hasn't obviously drawn him in quite a long time. That is like, man, he looks really different. For Golion, Vermilion with 836, which I kind of really, like, laughed my ass off because his sister is 7th. I'm happy that she's already getting on there, but I'm thinking like, yo, I like Fagolion, but I'm just saying, Melodiona, she's the true Vermilion at the moment. She's shown. It would have been weird if all of the siblings on there. After that, Gauch with 725, where I'm like, why Japan? Why? Like, yeah, honestly, like, sure, if he's in your top 10, that's whatever. But like, I didn't think. But it's like, Noel is not. Like, I'm sorry, more people like Gauch than they do Noel and all that. Oh, mind you, that was by like 18 votes or something like that. I'm like, nah. I wasn't happy with this. And then last, like, at number 10 and all that, we had Nozzle. Nozzle was number 10 on this list. So it kind of shows that one as well that with Japan is that they're voting the most current characters that have been showcased off a lot, which is all of them, especially with Julius, which it's always weird because like with these votes and all that, they normally never give them amount of time for them to actually vote for this thing. It's like, here is like 3 days, and then we count them up, and this is how we like get up there. I mean, in total, it wasn't even like 20,000 votes for the most part. I think it was like 18,000 or so. But like, I'm like, that some of those characters was, yeah, no, that's kind of where I expected them to be, and I was expecting at least Yami to be higher than Yuno for the most part. But I was like, some of them I was like, gosh, really? And like, I was surprised that Noel was like so low on the list on there. I was like, wow, like, I'll just put it into perspective, more people like Meridiona than they do Noel. Like, that was something that I found kind of shocking for that. But to get on with the chapter, as Luck decides to take it to another level when he's fighting Magna and Vanessa, when we saw him like trying to break free, now it's like he's actually losing control now, and we see this ring like of electricity going around, which I think a lot of people will be like familiar with, like what Enel or Enel from One Piece was like, which is, I know that goes back to like a thunder god. That's kind of the whole reference that he's going for right now with like the I like this kind of like form, and I hope that we maybe see something like this like later on in like in a different game or something, because it's like, this is a pretty rad design with the horns and like the hoop around him, and it's like, this looks good. But I do know that that whole symbol is like a whole like whole thing in Japan. That's a certain type of god for the most part, and like, I know a lot of people be like, that's Enel, like from there, who had the whole thunder god trait as well, which I think this is where Luck is getting it from, the same for kind of like a bit of mythology on there. And it's just like, and I appreciate that Magna is like, I don't care if I'm beaten up and all that. Until that bastard Luck wakes up, I'm gonna beat you up as many times as I need to. And it's like, this is the point where it's like, he can't even keep trace of him anymore. Luck is just slashing around, blasting the entire buildings. He's like, this guy, he was bad enough as it is. It's just like, I can't deal with this at all. And it's like, no, we're done right now. But it's like, no, until little until little Noara and all that is like kind of done with this, and like I'm glad that now it was the explanation that we needed with this little cat as well, where it's like, okay, that ability uses up a lot of Vanessa's power, so it's basically that he, like, for an elf, it's like, okay, I just have to last longer than you, and I'm happy to find out that it's like, this is a completely broken ass fucking power, and we can see that she's like disappearing as well, like she's barely hanging on, and it's like, no, like the fact of the matter is that this only lasts for such a certain amount of time, and it's like, let's see how long this can last, and it's like, he's like, I get that was disappointing, as like she's like, like Vanessa's on the ground and Magna is being choked out, and he's like, he's there laughing, he's smiling, and it's like, it's not even that like fake kind of smile that Luck does anymore. It's more like, it's just, this is menacing, this is like intimidated, like he has completely lost it. This is not the person that we know right now from there, and it's like, this is a retribution for what we, like, all these elves and all that, and he's like, I appreciate that Magna is there, he's bloodied up, he's barely staying on, he's like, I don't give a shit right now, my opponent is Luck. Like, that is the one I am dealing with right now. Get him out of here. I don't want to do anything with you, it's him. And he's like, Vanessa's there, it's like that's, like, he's pretty much a little brother to me, so give him back, and you get this really emotional moment where it's just like, it's like, okay, and all that, you keep acting like you're a big shit and all that, and it's like, why are you crying then? And it's just like this single tear coming down, it's like, you can tell, like, he's really fighting in there. And I was like, okay, like, that's something where it's like, he's not permanently on there, so this might be a thing where it's like coming up with like the next like chapter or so, where it's like, Luck is going to use one last bit. If he still has some kind of control in there, he's going to try and at least hold Luck back for the most part, where it's like, okay, and then we can get this elf and extract him, and it's like, no way, like, from what we've seen there, like, Luck, there's no way that you'd willingly cut ties with us and all that, and he's like, I kind of like that, like, Vanessa was there getting the whole normal speech saying like, come out, we'll definitely set you free, and Magna's more like, all that, huh, you're showing something out of character, and all that. I was like, why are you out here having fun and all that? I was doing like some training and all that and going crazy powerful. It's like, come on and fight me like that. It's like, this is what I want. I don't care, like, if I, like, don't, he doesn't, like, the relationship has always been like that, and I'm like, I kind of like that. It's like, they're more, he's like, you are my actual rival, and I want a proper match with you. Get the hell out of here, stop playing these games, and let me fight the real Luck. Like, that's what I kind of liked about it. It's like, as he was literally going in, he's like, he was now about to kill him, and if it wasn't for, like, goddamn Asta coming in, which we see that, like, he was being dragged on by, like, the little thread, by, like, kind of, like, Rouge's, like, power, and I'm like, this is where it's, like, they're putting this, like, the whole fate thing, which I was like, oh, no, that summoned a fate as, where Asta found his way here, and I'm a little bit, rolls my eyes a bit, like, I'm like, yeah, okay, main protagonist arrived, and he's like, immediately went into, like, the, black mode that we're known for, and all that, which I still, like, this is one thing I mentioned as well, I don't really like the name, I kind of wish it was something else, but it's just, from every single promotional piece, and especially as well with what we've heard from what Asta has said, and especially with the official translation from what we got from Quartet Knights, then there is, he is officially known as, like, Black Asta in this mode and all that, and we see that, like, the more I look at it, is like, you see the wing and the horn and everything and all that, is like, as he's screaming at the end of the chapter, like, as he's, like, activating the power, he's like, you know, I'll say it how many times and all that, I am, like, we are Luck's friends, and we're gonna, like, make sure that we can take you guys down, like, he is there fully going to make sure that he is going to destroy all of these elves, and that he's going to get all his friends back, because at the moment we still don't know, like, again, as we've been mentioning, we don't know where Gauch is at the moment, which, now that we can talk about this and all that, I absolutely hate that the latest episode completely spoiled that about Gauch. That was something that they just went straight into, because I'm pretty sure we don't get that till, like, 40 chapters ago, like, I think that was, like, in the hundreds or something like that, and it's like, they're really spoiling that already, and I was like, I really don't like that they did that immediately, straight up. I was like, that's annoying. And overall as well, when we talk about, we have other votes as well, which was interesting, where, like, I was looking at, like, kind of like the top 20 that they were putting, for the most part, where it's like, Finral was, like, after all of them, it was Finral, Gordon, and Mimosa were all kind of, like, from 10th to 14th, then it was, like, 14th was Charmy, which I was expecting Charmy to be a little bit higher. I thought she would have been in the top 10, for the most part, but, like, then after that, it was then, Zora, Vanessa was 16th, Leo 17th. I was like, what? My boy was in the top 20. But this is when it kind of got a little bit sad for the other characters. It was then Charlotte who got like 223, I think it was at that point. Nero, and then Gray was 20th. Like she barely made it into the top 20. And then I looked down the entire like list as well, and I had a look at like Elite, and Elite was super low. Elite was like I think 46, and like looking down like a lot of the characters, I was like, I'm looking at some of these guys and all that, and it's like some of them were really fucking low, and they were like reaching on there for some of them. But yeah, no, I was surprised that like when we saw characters like Sally was very low. Sally was a very low character on there, like Rebecca. I think the one that hurt me the most was Magna. Magna was like 23. He was like 23rd, and I'm like, God damn it! Like we're only having this because of luck. This is the only reason, because luck is a popular character. It's like, no, like give more Magna his time to shine. Magna deserves it because that he is. I love him. He's like one of the best bulls out there, and it's like he needs more of this like time to shine. I love Magna. I love his relationship with luck, and then. Again, it's like I really do enjoy characters like what we've got to see of them so far and all that. Like I like Luck, I like Magna, I like Vanessa, like I like Gray for the most part, even though she hasn't had a lot like so far and on there. Finral's fine, and Gordon we've had nothing pretty much on apart from like the last like that one little fight he had against Sally and all them. But it's like apart from that, it's like yeah, no, Gauch would probably be my least favorite, and I'm a little upset when I'm like, of course, no, Gauch gets to be up there because he's been the main focus of the anime recently, and also as well, he's been a lot of attention in the manga right now. I'm like, cool. So yeah, you kind of can tell. I kind of wish that this was more a instead of like we're having a vote now. I kind of like if it was like give them a month or two and see like what people would actually think and like what they would vote for. But I'm kind of curious to know like, what you guys thought about the chapter, and also as well for the votes as well. Like, did you honestly expect like kind of like Asta to win? Do you expect the top 10 to be like that? And also as well, I'm kind of like happy that like that Fugolion got onto the list as well and all that. And some of the characters that I really like in that list, especially Melodiona, managed to make it into the top 10. But that's all for me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.